G'day there, Signets and Swanlings. I'm Noddy from A Bevy of Bloods, your go-to fan podcast of our Sydney Swans. I'm joined here by another red and white tragic, my fellow home game member from the O'Reilly stand, Chris. Together, we're bringing you a quick bevy with Swans fans, a weekly bonus series in which we have a quick chat about all things Bloods. Chris, can you explain to the punters how a quick bevy works?
Sure thing, Noddy. Here at A Quick Bevy, we ask a fellow Swans fan a couple of questions related to the team and the AFL just generally. Each answer only gets 45 seconds to be answered. And for those playing at home, when you hear the sound of a beer opening, that means there's only 5 seconds left. So with that in mind, Noddy, if you're ready, question 1. Adam Goodes declined the AFL's invitation to nominate him into the Hall of Fame. What are your general thoughts?
Well, mate, I mean, if I still feel shit about the way he was treated, then why wouldn't the guy who lived through it be feeling like that? You know, if he's declined the grand final parade, this is the next logical step. I know it's a level up because it's a higher honour, but, you know, if he's still feeling the way he's feeling about it, which I think he's totally entitled to, then, you know, everyone's just got to respect that. You know, sure, the AFL apologised, but it was 4 years too late. And it was under pressure because the documentaries were coming out. So, look, I hope that he'll come back in his own time, embracing the AFL when he does. Look, I'm happy that he just still embraces the Swans. That's enough for me as a Swans fan. But, yeah, I'm still pissed off about how everything went down, really. So it wasn't a surprise to me for him to pull out like that.
Perfect. Right on the money.
All right, mate.
Oh, there you go.
Go for it.
Yeah, look, it's sad. It's sad to see, but it's not a surprise either, is it? So it's sad to see him decline the offer because he deserves the accolades. But having said that, he does have the accolades. He's been nominated for the Hall of Fame. There was never a question that he was going to be in the Hall of Fame. So ultimately, all this does is really just give a fantastic platform for him to make the world acknowledge exactly what happened and how the AFL didn't go about things the right way, how clubs failed him, how other players in the organisation, need I say, failed him, and how the general media just kind of jumped onto something and made a real mess out of it. Look, at the end of the day, people were going to complain. If he took it, they would have complained. If he didn't take it, they were going to complain. They're going to complain either way. I think that's the way it is.
That's time. Yeah.
Time it is.
Mate, fair call.
Okay.
Racism is never okay. Question 2. We'll just keep going.
Yeah,
Question
go ahead.
And this is inspired by one of our boys, Mike, from Barowra. So Collingwood's head coach of 10 years, Nathan Buckley, just retired before his contract ended. The Swans head coach, John Longmire, in his 13th year of coaching, is contracted until the end of 2023. Will he make it? What will keep him safe? Could he go beyond 23 and be the best coach ever, not just the Swans?
All right. Look, let's look at the things that failed Buckley. Bad board, bad, pretty rough club where they've been, bad list management, poor performance. Now, 2 years ago, they were a kick away from a grand final. Okay, granted. But at the end of the day, it's really going to be results that are going to determine whether the coach is going to win or not. Where we are standing at the moment, we're in a pretty good place. And I think the young Swans are going to go on for the next couple of years and be able to drag him into an extension for sure. Hopefully, I don't think they should necessarily extend him for like life on beyond that, because at the end of the day, we do need some mixing and some changes. We can't have the same fella doing the same thing forever. The game does change underneath you. But as it stands right now, I think, yeah, he's easily going to go on. He's still going to be successful, and we're still going to have some good results. So it doesn't really matter. I think we're in a good place, and I think he's going to stick around.
That's time. Perfect. Cool. All right, mate. Yeah, okay. For me, look, he's extended 4 times. The first of those 3 extensions were off the back of sustained final success. Well, first of all, getting into finals and going deep into finals. So coupled with the fact it was 11 out of 13 years. So we haven't made finals in 2020 and 2019. So that's a good pool of performance to draw on. And he's been quite savvy in that regard. I think the last extension, which is taking him through to 2023, it really was to ward off suitors. I think North were coming hard. I don't know who North hasn't come hard at in the past, but they were, a couple of clubs were, there was blood in the water, literally circling. can they get him? So, I think Tom Harley and co, nipped it in the bud and just kept him there. Look, I'm like you. I actually quite like Horse. You're only as good as your last finals appearance. He's got the group to do it, I think. So I think we keep him, and he's already the most coached Swans and South Melbourne coach out there. So why not be the AFL history record holder? Sorry, a little bit long on that one.
That's right. That's right. You get to use them up. You're not allowed to use the bonus round for next. All right, ready? Question 3. Josh Kennedy just signed a 1-year extension, taking him into 2022. Will he go on to 2023? And who will be his heir apparent? And are they at the Swans? Noddy, over to you.
Okay, mate. Look, I've got this weird feeling, and it's sort of off the back of that last question about Horse and where he sits. If Josh Kennedy is fit and good to go year to year, and they're doing it year to year, I mean, look, Jared McVeigh was the same. Like, players at the end of their career, they go to year. It's not uncommon. But if Horse is to 2023 and Kennedy's still fit, and let's face it, the guy's Adonis, he could probably go to 2023. Maybe Buddy goes around again. Look, I don't know. Maybe he just keeps going year by year. It's all injury pending. Who's his heir apparent? I think it's either Mills, Hewitt, or left field, Will Gould. We need to use him. We've got to get him in the team. He's a big unit. We just got to get some miles in his leg. Externally, Tom Green from GWS, Charlie Constable from the Cats, and Riley Collier-Dawkins from the Tigers, who grew up a Swan supporter.
Wow. That's a lot. That is a lot.
I've thought about this.
That's pretty good.
Sorry, mate. All right, here we go. Your turn, Barry. Go for it.
Look, here's Joey. He's a bull, right? He's a machine. He's consistent. He's a leader on the field. He's a leader off the field. So you're not necessarily just replacing a guy who can do it all on the field. You're replacing a guy who's also got that culture and who he is as a leader, as a person. So you start looking at some of the players that we have, and the people that kind of look like I can trust them to be the next co-captains of the club, and also perform on the field during the big games. So you're looking at guys like, Mills, Heaney, and I've got my eye on Rowie, and I think Rowbottom is just a machine, and he's only going to get better. If you watch the games lately, he's the guy that steps up when the game gets harder and harder. Same with Heaney, same with Mills. I think he might be the next guy, but you know how I feel about the Chad. I love the Chad. I suspect the Chad might be that dark horse that just comes out of nowhere and just starts taking over.
The Chad. Sorry, this is totally belated, but yeah, that was. I just wanted to get there and give it a go. Always,
Episode 2, technical difficulties is not a problem.
That's the title.
Yeah.
All right. My turn. Okay. Question 4. It's State of Origin time again, and that means footy and beers, and we do that every weekend, mate. So, all right. Do you think that the AFL will ever take over the NRL markets?
Look, I feel that it already is, and I think pretty strongly about that. I think that the game NRL has kind of lost its way. I think NRL fans will tell you that they're not sure how to go about some of the way that the penalties are run, how the game is being structured, what the future of the game looks like in the terms of like head-high tackles and everything else. So it's a game that's kind of losing its own way. And having said that, it's not even that interesting to watch. It's incredibly boring. It's two guys just got a pounding like this, right? And you got to understand that I'm a kid who grew up in Campbelltown. I am a NRL tragic growing up, and it was me that was actually wanted to play wanted to play NRL, but had to play soccer because I'm South American and I didn't want to do either, so I ended up with AFL. I feel that the AFL is going to take over all of Sydney, and I think it's quickly taken over all of the markets as it stands right now. It's a better product. I think a good product doesn't need to advertise.
That's you, mate. All right. I'm going to echo some of your points there. Look, I just think I agree with you. I think that Aussie Rules is just it's just more exciting to watch. State of Origin is the highest quality there is, other than the grand final and some of the internationals that they do. But it's just, you go to an average Aussie Rules game and it's bound to be a better live experience. The only thing I think I can compare it to is a Bledisloe, Wallabies and All Blacks. So I played rugby union in high school. This body really wasn't made for Aussie Rules, but doesn't mean I can't love it when I watch it, because you don't have to be an idiot to understand what you're watching is bloody exciting. So, yeah, I think it will. I think it will, mate. I think we've got a true national game here. And if they add Northern Territory and Tasmania, then it's another nail in the coffin to NRL.
Perfect. Bang on time. Okay, well, look, that's it for today's episode. Leave some comments in the comments section for whoever you see this. We'll make sure that we can get to those. And if you've got questions, please put them in, let us know about them, and we'll make sure we can put them in for another time. And we might even get you on to answer some of these questions.
Awesome. Also, remember, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out A Bevy of Bloods for a longer form analysis of the game that's been, the game ahead, plus plenty of other Swans and footy chat in general. Until then, up the Bloods, and can you, Swannies?